Hi and welcome back to my channel. I'm Debbie from Debbie's World. I'm going to show you another Slimming World recipe. Now I have had a look at my recipe playlist and I have covered this recipe before, but I did it in a daily vlog, so you have to sort of watch the whole 20-minute vlog to get to the recipe. And being as I am making the recipe again, I thought I would do a specific vlog, and I was asked by someone to do some soup recipes. So I am going to make the Slimming World Tastes Like Heinz tomato soup. So what I use for this recipe, and all the recipes online will be different, so you just have to find your own to your own taste, but I use 2 tins of chopped tomatoes. The best part of 2 tins of carrots, sliced carrots. You may not have room in your soup maker for both tins, but just see how you go. 2 tins of carrots. I'm going to use a tin of barbecue Heinz beans to get the taste of barbecue. I'm going to sling in some Worcestershire sauce. The strange ingredient in this recipe is 5 or 6 pickled onions. Trust me, this is what makes the recipe. Then you'll need some seasonings, again to your own taste. So I have salt and pepper and mixed herbs. And what I'm using for this, you can also do yours on the hob if you want to, in a big pan, and then blend it with a stick blender. But what I'm using for this is the Morphy Richards soup maker. So I'm going to go and open all these tins and I'll be back to you. So I'm going to do it slightly differently this time, because the last few times I've made this, I have put the beans in as they are, cooked it, and the soup hasn't been blended, and I've also had a burnt bottom. So I'm going to experiment with a new way of doing it. So the first thing I'm going to do is spray my soup maker with Fry Light. This is actually the Aldi version spray light. It is 1 calorie per spray. A little bit cheaper than Fry Light. So then I'm going to take my beans. If you don't want barbecue, you can use ordinary beans. I'm going to put them in. Obviously, if you are making this on a hob and then blending it, you don't need to do this step. But as I'm making in the soup maker, I decided I'd give this a try. So, full tin of beans in there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my blend function to blend the beans. The blend function on the soup maker didn't work to blend the beans, so I've had to get my stick blender out, which is the Kenwood stick blender. And now I have blended beans in the bottom of my soup maker. So then, moving on to the other ingredients, we want our 2 tins of chopped tomatoes. There's one. You probably will need a spoon to just scrape out the ends of the tins. And the second tin of tomatoes. And then you want the first tin of carrots plus the juice. And just see how you go with the second tin. If you have a max line like I do, you don't want to go above the max line. So there we go. I'll just save those last 3 and see if Charlie will eat them, because we're trying to get him onto healthy snacks. So yeah, it has taken, it would take 2 full tins of carrots and juice. Then you want to add your splash of Worcester sauce. You want to add plenty of salt and pepper. Remember, this soup will make at least 4, if not 6 portions. So you need enough seasoning to carry for the 4 to 6 portions. Then you want a sprinkling of mixed herbs. And then you want your pickled onions. I like the sweet variety, but it's up to you. So I'll just add about 6 of these pickled onions. There's 3 there. And another 3. And I'll give that a good stir. And then we'll see if we have any luck with the beans this time. So that's how it looks at the moment. We'll stick the lid on. And we'll select, just plug it in. That's it. We'll select the smooth mode. And we'll leave it to cook for 20 minutes. So the soup maker has been on for about 20 minutes, but it's not actually worked, it's actually kept cutting out. Now this only happens on this Heinz soup, so I think I will next time make it in a big pot and save my soup maker for other types of soup. But it will still taste fine, so what I'm going to do is, now it's cooked through a little bit, I'm going to stick the top back on and I'm going to use the blend function to actually blend the soup. But for every other soup that I make, butternut squash, mixed vegetable, all the other soups I've made, when I put it on smooth, it starts blending itself. So don't let this particular soup put you off. And there we go, 4 lots of lovely Slimming World Tastes Like Heinz tomato soup. They're each about 400 grams worth of soup. I've left it slightly thick because when you freeze them they do get added water, but it tastes absolutely delicious. Unfortunately my new method still hasn't worked in the soup maker, so I think next time I'll be making it in a big pan and using my stick blender, but with some hot water and fairy liquid that will come off. And if you are interested in the soup maker, please be reassured that with all the other soups it works completely fine. It's just something about this particular soup that it doesn't like. But I am very pleased that I have got soup back in my life, so thank you for watching. And I'll see you next time.